Since Action Enforcer Pro is a time management software helping you manage what you do and when you need to do it, as you can imagine, sound plays an important part in its overall functionality. So let's talk a little bit about using and customizing the sounds and notification systems within Action Enforcer Pro. Sounds are used in the following ways with Action Enforcer Pro: ticking, alarms, and notifications. Let's look at each of these in a little bit more detail. First, ticking. Whenever you begin a timer, by default, a ticking sound will also begin to play. This is a simple audio cue to help remind you that a timer is counting down and you should be taking action on something while you hear it. In most cases, ticking will stop when the timer is either paused or completed, just like a physical timer. The only exception to this is if you have more than one timer playing at the same time. In this case, ticking will only stop when all the timers are either paused or completed. The functionality of alarms within Action Enforcer Pro is pretty straightforward. When a timer completes as a result of a timer counting down completely, it triggers the sounding of an alarm to alert you that it has completed. And lastly, notifications. Notifications are a special type of alarm triggered whenever a timer reaches a specific time during its countdown. There are two types of notifications: alert and recurring. Think of notifications as an early warning system that you're approaching some sort of time as you're doing an action. Alerts are something that are useful if you're getting near the end of an action. So it's like, hey, start wrapping up. You're almost finished here. So that is what this item up here in your notification bar is. You'll notice that it has a 5. What that is telling you is that if I started this and it got down to the 5 mark in your success routine, this alarm notification would go off 5 times to let you know that you're at the 5-minute mark. If I set this to 10, it would go off 10 times really rapidly to let you know you're at the 10-minute mark. Your timer is going to expire in 10 minutes. Over here is your recurring notification system, and this is especially useful for items that are over an hour in length, where you're probably not going to work the entire time without taking a break on that item. So it is to tell you, hey, you've reached a mile marker within that action, and whatever that means to you, whether it's just to keep you on track or it's to remind you to take a break. Like for instance here, this would go off every 30 minutes. If you started a timer that is at least 30 minutes or longer, at the 30-minute mark, you're going to hear a notification go off to let you know that you've reached that marker. If you want to adjust them, you simply pull the slider left or right to increase or decrease the time length in either the alert notification system or the recurring notification system. If there is some chance that the alert notification is going to go off at the same time as your recurring notification, your alert notification will take priority. Action Enforcer Pro contains several basic audio options that allow you to select from several different ticking, alarm, and notification sounds, or to disable the sounds altogether. To access these options, you're going to click on the Audio Options button to the right of the interface. Using the audio options panel is pretty straightforward. Selecting an option will not only preview it, but also automatically set it as your sound choice. The volume of sounds within Action Enforcer Pro are also universal, meaning that the alarm, ticking, and notification sounds all play at the same volume. They can't be set individually. The universal volume for these sounds is controlled by using the volume control slider on the bottom right of the interface. At the bottom of this controller is a mute button for quickly muting all sounds. That wraps up this tutorial on the sounds and notification features of Action Enforcer Pro. Up next, we're going to be talking about how to track your progress using this powerful software.